Good morning, boys and germs. Welcome to the Daily Crack, the Ramblings from the Van edition today. And ladies, I'm talking to you because this is what I hear a lot of in the gym quite often. And it's like, I jumped on the scales then, I was a kilo more, 2 kilos more than I was yesterday. And I don't understand it. People females especially get very, very upset by the number on the scales. And I'm going to kind of just talk to you a little bit about why your body weight fluctuates so much and a couple of reasons for that. Okay. If you're watching live, hashtag live. If you're watching later on, hashtag fucking later on. Usual story. Okay, so let's break this down a wee bit. Listen, the number one thing is the weigh scales is one method of measuring your weight, or it's one method of tracking a direction you're heading in. But it's not the only way, okay? So what I hear a lot of when women jump on the scales is that, a lot of females can rely a lot on what the number on the scales say. But I'm here to tell you that's not a true representation of where your body is right now. What you want to focus on if you are training is making progressions in the skills and the strength that you're performing in. At my gym here at CrossFit Westgate, we're doing a thing at the moment called the League of Strength. And the focus is to improve your squat, your deadlift, your clean, and your bench press. So it's a performance-focused process, 16 weeks long. Now, in this 16-week program, I do require your body weight or people's body weights in order to put it into the Sinclair formula, which allows people of different body weights to perform and compete against each other on the same level. So smaller athletes lifting like smaller weights will tally up against the heavier athletes that can lift more weights. But let's talk again back to females and the fluctuation in the scales. Ladies, on a daily basis, your body weight would fluctuate between 2 and 4 kilos. Because when you wake up in the morning, you have fasted through your sleep. So you will be dehydrated and you will be hungry. Throughout the day, you will consume water and you will eat food. This is one reason for why your weight will be different in the morning to the evening. Second reason, if you do lift weights, and you consume food, your muscle fibers, your organ, your liver and your blood will start to store more glycogen, which is from your carbohydrate. You need this glycogen in your system to do strength training. It is an important requirement. It's also something that your brain uses for energy. The more you get stronger, so sometimes when females start weightlifting, they see a weight gain. Yes, it's because your muscles are now starting to store more energy. This is a good thing, because if your muscles are starting to store energy, that means you're not storing as much fat. Storing fat is a natural process, but we want to burn off fat and build muscle. The more muscle that you have on your body by performing strength movements, the more fat you're going to burn at rest, just by being alive. The third reason that your body weight might fluctuate is because of your menstrual cycle also. During certain stages of your menstrual cycle, you will hold more water. It's a great idea to track where you are on your cycle and how you're feeling at certain points along your cycle, especially if you're a strength athlete or you're performing strength movements as well. Because there are certain times of the month when you're on your cycle and just before your cycle when most females perform the best for their strength endeavors, whether that's like squatting, whatever it is, whatever your strength sport is, or if you are in a gym lifting weights. It's a good idea to track in your cycle when you're feeling best and when sometimes you're not feeling the worst, because I think this information can sometimes be forgotten. It's also a thing with fellas as well. Fellas go through a weird up and down cycle where they have peaks and troughs as well in their training. But for females, 100%, I would recommend tracking. Plus, as I said, to certain periods of your period, you will have more water retention because your body is producing more hormones at a higher level. There's going to be testosterone, estrogen, and whatnot floating through your body just before your period, which requires you to hold more water. Plus, during your period as well, you're actually burning more calories because it's a process of energy requirement for your body to strip the lining of the uterus and remove it. And you lose a lot of blood, so your body needs more calories in that couple of 4 to 5 day period that you're going through your period in order to be able to get through it. So if for any females that I would work with, I would always recommend you're tracking your cycle as well as tracking everything else that you're doing in your gym. You track your back squat. That's how you make improvements in your back squat. So track your food, track your cycle, make sure you're getting enough water, make sure you're getting enough sleep, and things will work out best. So understand, ladies, that there is always going to be a fluctuation in your body weight on a daily basis. It happens. It happens. So if you step on the scales in the first thing in the morning and then last thing at night, there's going to be a 2 to 3 kilo difference in your body weight. That's just the way it's always going to be. There's no two ways about it. My recommendation, if you are looking to make progress aesthetically, the best way to get there is to take progress photos and compare them, because I have plenty of women that lose body fat but gain muscle. So at the start of their journey, they're actually lighter than where they end up, but their bodies are completely different. Okay, so if you're going only by the scale, it's not a correct indicator, especially if you're a strength athlete and doing strength movements, of where you're going to go. Plus, my bias for females is always strength training. You know, you are going to get the best bang for your buck. Like, relying solely on cardio as, you know, your form or your only form of exercise to reach whatever goal you have is, you know, not the full pie. It's not the full pie at all. You're not doing the things that are basically that your body really require. You get stronger, you burn more fat. You get stronger, you look better in clothes. You get stronger, you build more muscle. It's just an all-round win-win-win. You feel good. You feel good because progressions on a barbell are awesome. They're fucking awesome. So don't trust your scales. It's lying to you. Take your progression photos and work with that. And whatever sort of endeavor you're at, if you aren't currently applying strength movements to your program, start. Westgate down here, we offer a free week to try it out and see what you think. You're coached every step of the way, and it's a good idea to have someone overseeing what you're doing at all stages. All right, ladies, giddy up. Have a great day.